2 Kings, chapter 14. In the 2nd year of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, Amaziah, son of Joash, king of Judah, reigned. He was a son being 25 years old in his reigning, and 29 years he reigned in Jerusalem. And the name of his mother was Jehoadan, from out of Jerusalem. And he did the upright thing in the eyes of the Lord, only not as David his forefather, according to all as much as Joash his father did, he did. Only the high places he did not remove, and still the people sacrificed and burned incense in the high places. And it came to pass, when the kingdom grew strong in his hand, that he struck his servants, the ones striking his father. And the sons of the ones striking he did not put to death, as it is written upon the scroll of the law of Moses, as the Lord gave charge, saying, Fathers shall not die for the sons, and the sons shall not die for the fathers, but only each for his sin shall he die. He struck Edom in Gemelah 10,000, and seized Rock in the war, and called its name Joktheel until this day. Then Amaziah sent messengers to Joash, son of Jehoahaz, son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, Come, we should see faces. And Joash, king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah, saying, The thorn in Lebanon sent to the cedar in Lebanon, saying, Give your daughter to my son for a wife. And the wild beasts went through the field in Lebanon, and trampled upon the thorn. Having beaten, you struck Edom, and your heart encouraged you. Be glorified sitting down in your house. And why do you contend in your evil, that you shall fall, and Judah with you? And Amaziah hearkened not. And Joash, king of Israel, ascended, and he and Amaziah, king of Judah, saw faces in Bethshemesh of Judea. And Judah failed from in front of Israel, and each man fled to his tent. And Joash, king of Israel, seized Amaziah, son of Joash, son of Ahaziah, king of Judah, in Bethshemesh, and came into Jerusalem, and demolished in the wall of Jerusalem at the gate of Ephraim unto the gate of the corner 400 cubits. And he took the gold, and the silver, and all the items being found in the house of the Lord, and in the treasuries of the house of the king, and of the sons of the alliances, and returned unto Samaria. And the rest of the words of Joash, as much as he did in his domination, in which he waged war with Amaziah king of Judah, are not these written upon the scroll of the words of the days of the kings of Israel? And Joash slept with his fathers, and they entombed him in Samaria with the kings of Israel. And Jeroboam his son reigned instead of him. And Amaziah son of Joash king of Judah lived after the dying of Joash son of Jehoahaz king of Israel 15 years. And the rest of the words of Amaziah, and all as much as he did, behold, are not these written upon the scroll of the words of the days of the kings of Judah? And they confederated against him with a confederation in Jerusalem, and he fled unto Lachish. And they sent after him unto Lachish, and put him to death there. And they lifted him upon the horses, and he was entombed in Jerusalem with his fathers in the city of David. And all the people of Judah took Azariah, And he was a son 16 years old, and gave him reign instead of his father Amaziah. He built Elath, and returned it to Judah after the king slept with his fathers. In the 15th year of Amaziah, son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, son of Joash, reigned over Israel in Samaria 41 years. And he did the wicked thing before the Lord. He abstained not from all of the sins of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, who led Israel into sin. He restored the boundary of Israel from the entrance of Hamath unto the sea of the wilderness, according to the saying of the Lord God of Israel, who spoke by the hand of his bondman Jonah, son of Amittai the prophet, from out of Gath-hepher. For the Lord beheld the humiliation of Israel, that it was exceedingly bitter, and very few, and being held together, and being depleted, and being abandoned, and there was not one helping Israel. And the Lord did not speak to wipe away the name of Israel from beneath heaven. And he delivered them by the hand of Jeroboam, son of Joash. And the rest of the words of Jeroboam, and all as much as he did, and his dominations, as much as he waged war, and as much as he returned Damascus and Hamath belonging to Judah unto Israel, behold, are not these written upon the scroll of the words of the days of the kings of Israel? And Jeroboam slept with his fathers, with the kings of Israel. And Zechariah his son reigned instead of him.